Let's go!
With the squad now back to full strength, it was a delight to see Granit Xhaka line up in the dark silks to lead out the lads against some quality pre-season opposition. Racing Club Lens finished a convincing second in Ligue 1 and won the Coupe de France, so this is a genuinely good side who will go directly into the league phase of the Champions League this season. And the Blood and Gold whipped up a great pre-match atmosphere by singing the Marseillaise as the players lined up.
Everyone is hoping for a good game of football this afternoon. The Sunderland lads in their pink kit this afternoon. And there's quite a lot of home fans at the Stade Ball Abdelis. Can hold up to nearly 40,000. And this is there.
Given the quality of the opposition, Regis Le Bris started with a strong side. New signing Thomas Muenier got his first-team debut, and Luca 9 started at centre-half, with Sunderland choosing to protect Alderete and Mukiele for the season opener away to Ipswich. Elsewhere, Angulo was preferred to Diarra Talbi on the left wing, both having had a good World Cup campaign. Enzo Lafay got a quick pre-match Vicks Vapor Rub, and then Sunderland kicked off in glorious sunshine and got straight to work.
And we are underway.
A long ball saw Sunderland pack the final third and create an immediate opening.
Regis normally sticks out stronger sides, and we're seeing that in this 11 this afternoon. This is an early chance here for Sunderland. Trey Hume puts it in the middle, looking for Brian Brobby.
Towards the end of last season, we became much better at keeping the ball and dominating possession, but inversely we seemed to become shot shy and lacked box penetration in the final third. Today, however, we seem much more assured on the ball and were prepared to make more incisive, speculative passes quicker than how we ended last season. Here, instead of the slow pace, we are prepared to gamble on Angulo's pace on the flank. This more assured and front-footed passing was enhanced by some aggressive pressing high up the pitch in great numbers. This was one of the most noticeable features of the game today. Here again, the ball is chased down in great numbers.
The ball from Trey Hume.
And it results in regained possession with Granit Xhaka, and another chance coming from the right.
Enzo Lafay's had a great pre-season, Enzo.
And look at the numbers attacking and running into the box. 4 players in and around the box. A much more attacking setup than last season. Lens cannot clear their lines, and Sunderland maintain the pressure to get another chance. And this aggressive full-team press in the final third seemed relentless from the off.
Dangerous area once again.
Here, when the ball is passed back to the goalkeeper, Sunderland adopt a very high overall position. This is Dan Ballard, the centre-half, helping to maintain the press well into the opposition half. It all gives Lens little time to play and find space through the lines, helping Sunderland to frequently break up their ball, steal the possession and dominate.
City's mining.
And it was this pressure that led to Sunderland's first real chance. As the ball is stolen, Lafay takes a shot and Hume is on hand to snap a shot from the crossbar.
The shot goes in and it's hit the crossbar.
Today we saw lots of very heavy rotations all across the pitch. I loved this play here. We go long and we commit to the play with Lafay and Muenier supporting Hume.
Hume takes it. Enzo with him in support.
Brobby and Angulo are high on the edge of the box. Now, as it happens, the ball is played back for a reset. Sunderland remain committed to the attack. And as play develops, Muenier is well advanced, so Xhaka drops into the right-back position. As he receives the ball, Siddiqui recognises this and he drops into the defensive pivot where Xhaka would normally be. And presto, look, we are in our normal shape but with different players in different positions. These sorts of extreme rotations happened a lot in the game, and the most impressive thing about them is how comfortable the players are with them. Look here as Luke O'Nien surges forward into midfield, forcing a Lens midfielder to meet him. Sunderland dominate the midfield here. It's not just because of the run from O'Nien, because Le Fay, as you will see later on, has pulled out wide right, and Hume and Muenier are heading into the space that Le Fay's tracking midfielder has left. This helps to create an overload, with Xhaka coming up in support. Now, nothing comes of this, but it shows you why you will see Le Fay all over the pitch in different places this season. And it is not random decision-making. Every player in this team understands space and how to play, and most importantly, where each of their teammates are supposed to be. They know what the team's shape should be, not just their place in it. And Le Bris has drilled such a good understanding of this shape and responsibility in his players on the pitch that they can decide things and that they move with confidence around these rotations. There are going to be lots of occasions this season where our players do this to drag opponents and markers significantly out of position to create openings. This is, without doubt, the most confident and fluid football I have seen in a Sunderland team in my lifetime. And it is from this base and fluidity that Le Bris has saved build-up time and created freedom for Sunderland to have more attacking numbers in support of Brobby and more crosses than for most of last season. Regis Le Bris is building, and I think is a great sign of what might be possible this season. In possession, Lens had few chances because of Sunderland's aggressive press, and they were reduced to trying to take advantage of long balls and quick plays.
Ballard does really well. Udall was chasing.
Here they had an early header at a goal, but only from a quick corner.
It's taken quickly. Tuvan who takes it quickly.
And here again they counter by going long, because as Sunderland fold back from the press into their own final third and a low block, they retreat en masse from the middle third. I remember Marco Silva taking advantage of this away at Fulham last season, and he quickly exploited the space to cut Sunderland's time in defence and reorganisation. It's dealt with comfortably here, but it is something Lens got some joy of when they were under pressure themselves. Largely, though, Lens chose to sit off their own press on our goalkeeper, wary of Sunderland's width and willingness to play the ball long and support it. But look, Xhaka is dictating positioning here. The use of Roos in the build-up allows both centre-halves to go wide with one fullback. This leads to an overload in midfielder with the other fullback free to move centrally into midfield. It makes it hard, therefore, for Lens to press us at the restart, because if they do, they will leave more space for those players in midfield to receive the ball. And this positioning is all about space. In a Guardiola sense, look at how the players occupy every vertical and horizontal zone with two players each, not the same ones either. We look really tight and really well drilled in lots of ways. It was also good to see set-piece work finally being taken seriously by Sunderland. Here, Sunderland placed 4 players as options on the short corner, meaning Lens either have to allow dangerous passes to these players that offer shots, or they have to pull defenders out of the middle to defend them. Last season, the quality of corners was poor and amounted simply to pinging it into Dan Ballard on the near side 6-yard box for a potential flick-on. Very quickly, opponents just marked us out of the game and we didn't have any other ideas. Although this doesn't work, it's all too slow and disputed, it is good to see that thought is going into how to gain an advantage or to move opposition defenders around at corners. Let's keep our eye on how they develop.
Away from the ball. So has taken the corner. It's a lovely teasing cross. Jorgelin gets it.
Thomas Muenier had a solid debut today. He lost an early ball to a press, but after this he was very controlled with the ball and front-footed with his running. He showed excellent positioning defensively, particularly with the ball in front of him on the opposite wing. And again here, cutting things out.
Triangle passes. So we get possession back Muenier.
He rarely lost the ball in a pass, finding Lafy inside with a pass here, and that should have been a better chance. But for a full breakdown of all his touches on his debut, take a look at the video on that topic, which will be linked at the end of this. Overall, Muenier had a solid debut and he looked good going forward. Defensively, he has vision, but was untested today for pace on his own flank and looked a little weaker facing one-on-ones against him. But he is a very solid pickup for us. Also shining in defence today was Luco9, who had another impressive performance. Swapping briefly here with Dan Ballard to mark Lens' pacey striker Edouard after Ballard took a knock. And this is superb defending to read Edouard's run and completely disrupt his rhythm defensively.
Still coming forward with him, a shot comes in.
And again, look at this, superb tracking. And clearing that ball, running backwards as it drops over you, is not easy. I have long advocated for another left-sided centre-half as cover for Alderete, but this may not be the priority it might have been considered at the end of last season because Luco9 has come on so well. He's showing that he can cover defensively, and I now have no fears about him starting games anymore. Sign me up as another one that he's convinced. Sunderland continued to dominate the ball after the hydration break, with Muenier getting forward again to create a real chance in the box. And again, look how many players we have committed to attacking that 18-yard box compared to last season.
But in the end, it's Mathieu Georgelin who claims it.
Sunderland increasingly moved the ball with ease into space, and when they lost it, look how committed the lads are to the aggressive press to win it back.
Find it on this occasion.
This is Dan Ballard committing to intercepting a ball out of possession inside the opposition half.
Takes a late one as well. Play continues. Noah Siddiqui has the ball for Sunderland.
And with Lens struggling to get out, Sunderland stole the ball again. Lafay releasing Brobby for a shot onto the crossbar.
Brian Brobby!
But he's offside. Positive stuff nonetheless.
Just strike the bar. Sunderland hitting the...
Right at the end of the half, Sunderland's dominance created another chance, with Xhaka posting the ball to the back post for Muenier to cap off his debut with a goal.
Xhaka, on it's in. I think I heard the referee's whistle there. Muenier.
But it was disallowed for what I can only assume is a push on the defender, maybe.
And the referee brings...
And that concluded the first half of a completely dominant performance for Sunderland. A goal disallowed and hitting the crossbar twice against the clear runners-up in the French top flight. Excellent stuff. That spelt the end of involvement for Xhaka and Muenier with a solid 45 minutes up their belt, and they warmed down during the break and then left the field. As the second half opened, Habib Diarra replaced Xhaka and Siddiqui dropped into the deeper role that Xhaka normally employs, and Diarra went into an advanced midfield role. And Muenier was replaced by Talbi, who came onto the left wing, with Angulo therefore swapping over onto the right, and Hume moving into the fullback slot. The loss of Xhaka in the pivot did slow down Sunderland's dominance and tempo a little, and Lens continued to try and exploit Sunderland's compact retreat when losing the ball in the midfield with fast wide balls. Here they get in a good cross behind Trey Hume. Diarra's introduction seemed to confirm Le Bris's intention to threaten the box from midfield more this season. Here he is getting in on a long ball.
Ball looking for Brian Brobby.
And he even pulled off a La Pausa to win a free kick here. Good lad. And then Mark Gay was yellow carded. Wait, what?
Huh?
Talbi's reintroduction reminded all of us of his immense pace, and he nearly carved an opening early on in the second half.
Talbi, looking strong, looking fast.
And then just after the hour mark, Regis made more replacements. Isidore came on for Brobby, Rigg for Angulo, and Sealt for Dan Ballard. And Rigg made an immediate impact, winning a corner from the free kick and changing their mind not to go short. Sunderland shifted positions. This shows that more work on corners is underway.
And then
it came to nothing, but Sunderland were able to regain possession, and Rigg wasted no time putting a ball in for Hume to head home.
It's closest to it. 9 plays it back out to Chris Rigg. Now Enzo Lefebvre. Rigg, lovely ball in from Rigg. Oh, and Sunderland have scored.
And Sunderland opened the scoring to deservedly lead the League One runners-up. Lens upped their intensity at the restart, but Sunderland remained calm and organised in defence.
Get their numbers back. Pretty solid all afternoon, Sunderland at the back. They've pressed well as well when they've been out of possession. But
however, it was a sloppy clearing header from Silt that provided Lens with their first real clear shot on goal.
Possible opportunity here for Lens. Forward in numbers.
But from that distance, Roofs is never really likely to be troubled. After the second half hydration break, Tutierov replaced Enzo Lefebvre, and he went out on the right wing with Chris Rigg moving into the number 10 role. Talbi continued to threaten with his pace, winning a corner here. Siddiqui dropped a ball to the back post that Jensen Seelt almost got on the end of.
He tees and ball in. Jensen Seelt who almost gone on the end of that one.
And both Siddiqui and Talbi combined down the left to nearly break free.
Oh, that was a lovely play by Siddiqui, surrounded by those white shirts.
Diarra then snapped up a half volley from a long throw.
And does take it. Is it going to drop? Diarra! Josselin gets well down to his left-hand side.
And you could sense that one of these increasing number of moments would unlock Lens again. And sure enough, a long goal kick from Robin Roofs was clipped forward by Chris Rigg for Talbi to chase, and he raced clear, driving into the box. He looked up and found Wilson Isidore.
With purpose. Cuts one back. Opportunity! Oh, and it's in! It's Wilson Isidore!
2-0. Do not underestimate Isidore's skill here. It is the mark of a good striker that he knows Talbi will get across him. So he runs first to the back of the goal, giving himself the space to accelerate from back to front across the face of the goal. This is incredibly hard to defend against because the defender has to watch the incoming ball and cannot have full knowledge of where the striker will cross in front of him because he's watching the ball the other way. It's really reminiscent of Patrick Roberts' goal against Sheffield Wednesday in the League One playoffs. I'm glad we've kept Wilson Isidore. Goals like this, and his running in particular, show that it's not just his skill, but his game knowledge, without which he could not have fashioned that chance so well. After the restart, there were just 7 minutes of normal time left, and despite a spirited effort from Lens, Sunderland was simply focused on closing out the win. And Sunderland duly ended the game, controlling possession to a string of olays from travelling fans.
It's been created for this game, celebrating Lens' founding year.
A final Lens corner was cleared, and despite Talbi's enthusiasm to chase the ball, time was at last called.
And that's it. It's finished in the north of France.
This was an outstanding performance that calmed many nerves about our lack of transfer activity up till now. I am sure that those transfers will come before deadline day. In the meantime, it is clear from this and other pre-season games that Regis is looking to be more aggressive and front-footed this season, and the squad looks very well prepared for it. Then Sunderland dropped the feed. Oh well, I guess I'll see you next time.